it looks like the NCAA basketball tournament is going to expand. What can you tell us, Caleb?
Yes, so Ross Dellinger has reported, who does amazing work just across college sports. I mean, he's one of the best. It has reported that the NCAA has moved another step closer on the journey to expand the men's basketball tournament. NCAA leadership presented D1 commissioners with models that would expand the event by 4 teams or 8 teams as soon as 2025-26, which would get the league to either 72, or the tournament to either 72 or 76 teams. This is because power conference commissioners like Greg Sankey and Tony Petitti desperately want more of their own teams in the tournament, but they don't want to get rid of the automatic qualifiers for the conferences. So basically, we're turning the NCAA tournament into a participation trophy event for the SEC and the Big Ten. That's what they're doing.
Nope, you're right. And you're looking at, so how many college basketball program, Division I college basketball programs are there? There's roughly
there's like 300 something.
330. So you have to finish essentially in the top 25% of your sport to compete for a national title. That's whack, to use an old.
It's actually even worse, because as the NCAA tournament committee always reminds us, their job is not to pick the 68 best teams. It's to pick the 30 whatever best at-large teams. And there are fewer automatic qualifiers now. There are going to be, I think, 32 automatic qualifiers this year. So Dave, think about this. 32 automatic qualifiers, 40 or 44 at-large bids. If you're a Power 5 team, Power 4, you really just have to be in the top, 60% of those teams to get in at that point?
Yeah, that's disgusting to me.
Joke.
I mean, to me, to make the playoffs, you should be like a top 20% team, not a top 30 to 40% team.
This is the rationale that everybody uses, and it hacks me off to no end when people do this.
Don't get hacked off. Don't get hacked off.
They'll say,
I'm scared of Caleb.
They'll say, well, this team played this other team close, and because they're competitive, or maybe they beat them once, they obviously belong in the tournament. That's not how a postseason tournament should work, okay? There are teams in the NFL playoffs that lost to teams that didn't make the playoffs. That does not mean the team that didn't make the playoffs should get in. It's about...
But that goes back to our old argument, but we didn't have a playoff. We're not going to have that argument anymore, are we?
Well, what I'm saying is this. People think that a playoff should be about any team who could be competitive can get in. No, a playoff should be about reward. It should be the reward for the body of work you put in during the regular season. And everybody wants to expand everything now. And this is what's happening. This is what's happening with college sports. And you're going to see it with the college football playoff, because you saw it with NASCAR. The money is in the postseason. That's true. So here's what's going to happen. They're going to expand the NCAA tournament, Dave, but they are, and the expansion is going to bring in a lot of extra revenue. You know what it's not going to do? Grow the sport among new fans. So the people running the sport now will cash out all of their money and damn the sport's future when new fans don't take an interest in it because the regular season doesn't matter. This is American capitalism and how American businesses are run way too often. It's let me max out my money for myself while I'm running this ship, and I don't care if the ship hits the iceberg when I'm gone. I'll be retired sitting on a golden goose in Destin, Florida, hanging out with Ed Orgeron and some of his young women. Okay, who cares what I'm doing? This is what college sports is.
Could be Bill Belichick when you're talking about young women. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Taking a 24-year-old.
Bill Belichick order.
Can I play? I'm going to play the altruistic side. All right. Now, I'm not saying I believe this, but call the NCAA. I almost sound like I'm just crazy when I say it. The NCAA has a plan. The NCAA wants to. I know. Don't laugh at me, Caleb. The NCAA has a plan. The NCAA is going to slide back that college baseball season. Okay. And then they're going to have a better window or an increased NCAA basketball tournament. I'm obviously playing the other side. You can call me an idiot on the message board if you would like to, or you can let Caleb do it. You can also vote on our poll question. The NCAA playoff should be 68, just like it is. 56% of the vote. 70 to 80 teams, 0% of the vote. Over 80 teams, 0. Go back to 64. That's where I am, 44%. Those Tuesday and Wednesday night games do nothing for me, Caleb.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're going to add value. They're not going to expand the length of the tournament while pushing back college baseball with this. They're just going to have more games on Tuesday and Wednesday. Guys, that's the other frustrating part about this. They're trying
they're going to try to turn Tuesday and Wednesday into off days. Did you know the number one overall day that men's schedule vasectomies is the day before the NCAA tournament? Did you know that, Caleb?
Yes,
okay.
I actually did know that.
Yes, and you got one now. If you want more, that's fine. But if not, you need to be mindful of that. So the reason is you get to sit down, you watch basketball, and you put ice on this stuff, and everything goes great. They're trying to turn Tuesday and Wednesday into national holidays like Thursday and Friday kind of sort of are. Because I don't know about you, but I don't work much on Tuesday or Friday. I try to watch basketball. They're trying to turn Tuesday and Wednesday to that, unless the balls are included, of course. And it's not going to happen. You're not going to have you're not going to have anybody that's going to say, I'm going to slough off for 4 days at work.
No, and this is the problem. They do this with all these sports. They're going to push forward the opening to some things when the opening itself is such a great event. They do this in professional and other sports now. Think about it. College football has a week 0. I want week 1. Week 1 is so much fun. Labor Day weekend. Major League Baseball. Let's do this teaser series opener before opening day. Why? Just have opening day. It's such a good event where every team.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, I'm just saying, make opening day such a thrilling event where every team starts. It's just it just hacks me off.
Okay, now I have an idea that wouldn't work financially, but I'm going to throw it out there. Brought to you by Quality Tire Pro. The Eberle family has been serving the Chattanooga community since 1957. All major brands of tires, full service automotive, brakes, alignments, oil changes, and more. All work covered by a nationwide warranty. Cherokee Blvd or online at qualitytirepros.com. Qualitytirepros.com. Tell Bo that Off the Hook Sports said, "Hey, Bo." How about this idea? It wouldn't work because if you took away conference tournaments, that would be a lot of revenue the conferences would lose, and they wouldn't be okay with that. But you and I both hate conference tournaments, especially the SEC. The meaningful ones are the ones in which no team's going to make the NCAA tournament unless they win it. So how about this? How about a mid-major type of tournament instead of conference tournaments at all the week before? So you would essentially be expanding it another weekend, but you're taking away conference tournaments. So you have even 128 teams make it, but you're down to your real 64 by Thursday. Do you hate that idea, or are you kind of okay with it at all?
I'm actually okay with that. I've always said, and I said this with college football, I'm okay with expanding the playoff if you add in automatic qualifiers for lower tier schools, because then you at least put value on the regular season. So I'm for that. I'm the same way. I love the idea of a group of 5 college football playoff to determine the best group of 5 team to get in to the actual college football playoff.
I think I would completely watch that because that means more to those kids than a lot of the future NFL stars, at least in their own minds.
I agree. It'd be so thrilling to watch.